Welcome to this edition of Silver Sneakers Boom Muscle. Today I'm going to attempt another high intensity workout, alternating strengthening and resistance exercise with some action interval. Trying to get each interval, each resistance exercise to be about 20 seconds with about 20-second rest in between. So this would qualify as a high intensity interval training and hopefully give you a good workout. Now I've started off with 25 minutes on a stationary bicycle to warm up. You should do an effective warm up to get all your muscle groups working before attempting this, and also make sure that you've been cleared by your medical provider to engage in high intensity exercise with perceived exertion rates of 8, 9, or even 10, and approaching 90% or even more of your predicted maximal heart rate. I'm going to start with a version of a decline bench press. In the Silver Sneakers, we don't like to get our head below our heart level, so doing a decline on a bench or a Smith machine or something like that is probably contraindicated, as it can increase your risk for passing out. So by using a band attached sort of at shoulder level on a platform, take it out to the sides, and if you push down towards your belly button, this is going to replicate the position of a decline press. We're going at a rate about 1 a second, so let's do another 10. There we go. Now I have about a 12-yard area to run as I set up my camera. Just going to do moderate intensity running until we get more warmed up, and we can do like true sprint intervals. Let me get my timer going. So let's run moderate pace. And we go 20 seconds. Okay. Take a 20-second rest, and then let's move on to a kettlebell swing. Okay, and then start. The swing's a good exercise for your core and your posterior chain. It's primarily powered by your hips. And let's go back to a jog. And take a little rest before our next combination. One of my new favorite rowing exercises uses a couple kettlebells and called a gorilla row. You hunch down in like a partial squat position, put the weights on the floor, back a bit, and you pull one up at a time while you push down on the other side. good for your back as well as your rotational core muscles. Let's do 2 more each side. And set them off to the side, and let's do another 20-second interval jog. Then pause and take about a 20-second rest. Another exercise I like to do with kettlebell, one at a time, would be a snatch. Start with the kettlebell between your legs. You hinge forward and then bring it overhead in one move. Remember, on the kettlebell, you can either squeeze hard when it's up high or allow it to rotate back. If you allow it to rotate back, make sure you cradle that side to avoid injuring your forearm. Like this, cradle. I prefer the squeeze technique to strengthen my forearms and my grip. And let's go back to another 20-second jog. Some people call this a cardio acceleration resistance exercise, where you do a resistance workout exercise set and then an amount of cardiovascular training. While we're taking a rest, I've set up some cones spread out every 3 to 5 yards to do suicide intervals, in which you run from your starting point to the first cone, back to the start, run to the second cone, back to the start, run to the third cone, back to the start. We'll do a suicide interval and then get a 20-second rest. So next, we'll go off to our next strengthening exercise, which will be dumbbell curls. All right, so we'll do 20 seconds of curls. You can do these seated or standing. If you're putting the palms towards each other, this is a hammer curl. Okay, and then we'll go to our suicides. Take a 20-second rest. Put on a smartwatch mostly to check my pulse. I like to see if I can get it into my upper ranges during these short intervals. Next, I'm going to go to a straight leg deadlift. Got a weight in one hand, and we hinge forward, and lift the leg behind. This requires balance, core engagement, as well as glute training. With practice, it gets easier, although I still find it quite a challenge. Okay, we set the weight down and we go back to suicide interval and start. Okay. Take 20 seconds. Be right back. Next, I'm going to go to some abdominal core work, doing flutter kicks for 20 seconds. And another suicide interval. Okay. Even though this work has been pretty short, it's been pretty intense. So I think that's enough for today. Hope you enjoyed this workout and continue to get better and stronger every day through Silver Sneakers.